Does a bad smell necessarily mean it's toxic? Today I'm going to test it. Choosing the right tools matters. Repair work isn't easy. This time we're testing a certain I9 adhesive. Claimed capacity, 55 milliliters. Measured total weight, 55 grams. Packaging weight, 4.8 grams. The density of adhesive is usually close to 1 gram per milliliter. That means the normal weight of 55 milliliters of adhesive should be around 50-55 g. It basically matches the labeled specification. Full quantity. We poured the adhesive into the same mold to test the actual curing speed. The package claims full curing in 24 hours. It was already cured after 18 hours. Its labeled viscosity is 2.5 pas. Simply put, the adhesive is relatively thin. It has strong flowability. The advantage is that it can penetrate gaps more easily. But the downside is obvious. It tends to run and is not very easy to control during application. Now let's test its actual strength. Starting the pull strength test. The three test results were 190 grams, 250 grams, and 150 grams. The average value was 197 grams. It is still usable for everyday light-duty fixing, but for applications such as screen bezels that are under long-term stress, the strength may be a bit insufficient. Finally, let's test its emissions. We poured the adhesive into the mold while using an air quality monitor for real-time monitoring. The measured TVOC peak reached 2.849. This value is more than twice as high as the previously tested B7000 adhesive. The higher the TVOC value, the more volatile organic compounds are being released. However, what's interesting is that, although the measured TVOC is higher, subjectively, it does not necessarily smell stronger than B7000. This also shows that odor intensity and emissions are not exactly the same thing. Judging from the test results, short-term exposure is usually not a major issue. However, if used for a long time, in a confined environment, it may still irritate the eyes, nose, and respiratory system. Therefore, when using this adhesive, it is still recommended to maintain good ventilation, especially during long repair sessions, large-scale work, or bonding operations. But I still have a question. The packaging says it is an I9 active adhesive. So is it actually called an I9 adhesive, or an I9 active adhesive? If it is called an active adhesive, I'd like to know what exactly active means. What is this activity? Where does it come from? And how is it different from ordinary adhesives? Hopefully the manufacturer can provide an explanation. To sum up, this particular I9 active adhesive is reasonably priced. It is more like an efficiency-focused adhesive. It cures quickly, but its strength is average. The most interesting finding from this test is that the measured emissions of I9 are more than twice those of B7000. Yet subjectively, it does not necessarily smell stronger. This indicates that odor intensity and emissions are not the same thing. Some adhesives may not smell as strong, but their emissions can actually be higher. That's quite interesting. The curing speed of I9 is indeed faster than the previously tested B7000. At the same time, its emissions are also higher. So is there a connection between fast curing and higher emissions? I'll leave that for discussion in the comments. So when doing repair work, don't rely solely on your nose to judge safety. Ventilate whenever ventilation is needed.